Hi, I'm Kim with Yaya's Wreath Shop, getting tongue twisted. And I want to thank you for purchasing our candy cane kit. And I'm going to show you how to put it together. And so when you receive your kit, get all your supplies out. You should have the candy cane frame in your kit. Also, ribbon that is 2.5 inches wide. So we're going to start with our wide ribbon. You'll have some thinner ribbon in your kit as well, and that's going to be used to make your bow. So we're going to get started, and what you'll need that's not in the kit is a hot glue gun, and you can get these just about anywhere. Craft store, Walmart carries them, Target I believe carries them, just about anywhere anymore will carry them. This is a bigger size one, and really for this project, if you don't do a ton of crafting, just the smaller size hot glue gun will be fine, and they take a smaller size glue stick. So I think my cord is stuck on something. Let me check that back here. No, I just have the short cord today. Okay. And the hot glue guns do get hot. The whole barrel part will get hot. They usually come with a little stand. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a little metal stand that flips out, like a kickstand for your bike. So you can sit it down and it'll stand up on its own. Hopefully you can see that. I've got a bit of a mess going on here. But and when you sit it on something, sit it on, I usually have like a little plate, and which is right up here. This is just a little glass kind of plate. I think it's actually to hold a candle or something. Yeah, candle holder. But just any little old glass, or if you have a piece of tile, ceramic, just something that can tolerate the heat, and hot glue will drip on it. So, and it dries and you can peel it off usually. So, but just for safety's sake. So we're going to get started. Your kit comes with enough ribbon to do this, and we're going to lay the ribbon, the wide ribbon, out on your table, and placing the candy cane form with the curved side down on top of the ribbon, and we're going to start at the base, at the very bottom of the candy cane. Oops, not the curved part. So my ribbon out there. And what we're going to do is let the ribbon hang off of the candy cane form a little bit. It doesn't have to be right on the edge, and it's actually better if it's not, because once we get it tacked down, we're going to push the end up, and that's going to cover the end of your frame. So what we're going to do, once your hot glue gun is warmed up, you're going to put a bead of hot glue, and please don't touch it because it does burn. Just a few little beads right along this side of your candy cane frame. Put your ribbon under it and kind of wrap the end of that ribbon right around that frame. And again, the glue gets hot, so sometimes I use whatever I have handy to just kind of push it down and let it sit for just a few seconds. Hot glue dries pretty quick. So this is what I've done. I'm not sure if you can see that. So just kind of wrapping it, and see how it comes over the edge, because we're gonna start wrapping it, and once we're done wrapping it, we'll push the ends in to make it a nice finished edge. So what you're gonna do next is take that ribbon and kind of pull it a little taut, and you're just gonna wrap it right around the edge. And each time that you go around, you're going to do it a little bit more at an angle so that it will start coming up the candy cane. Just like that, and you can use your other finger to kind of brace it and hold it down. Just like that. Some people, I like to move my ribbon. Some people like to flip the candy cane around, whichever way is easiest for you. The whole idea is to get it covered. And so that's what we're doing. And if you have too many kinks, just try to redo it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Not every candy cane is perfect. There's really no right or wrong. But these make great little door decorations. If you don't want a big giant wreath on your door, you can just hang the candy cane on the door. Also, I like to hang them around the house around the holidays. It makes things a little festive. And also, I have a preteen granddaughter, and she comes over and helps me make wreaths sometimes, but she also likes to do these candy canes. And I'm going to, oh, you know, the one thing I forgot to do, and I'm going to stop and do it real fast, is, since we're doing red, I'll use a red one, pipe cleaner. And the pipe cleaner will be in your kit as well. And I like to fold these in half. It makes it a little sturdier. Okay. And right here on the very top, I'm going to try to hold this ribbon. I should have done this before we got started, but I totally forgot. So right in here, right, it's hard to see through these metal frames, but right here, this pole that comes down the center at the very top of your candy cane, I'm going to stick this right in here, and actually I'm going to do it the other way. So stick this right in there, just like that. Give it a good tight twist, and you can wrap these back around a time or two just to make sure that it's secure. Okay, just like that. And you want it on the top rung, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so we got that on nice and tight. Okay, and you can just leave it like that. So let's get back to our wrapping. We're just going to keep bringing that ribbon around. It gets a little tougher up here where it starts curving more. So, and that's where you're going to maybe have some wrinkles and whatnot, and that is perfectly fine to have a few wrinkles. Let me sit back down here. Just like this. Okay. You can tell right here it's getting a little wrinkly, and that's okay. You're not going to see those wrinkles from a distance too much anyway. Coming around, and now I'm getting up here to where my pipe cleaner is, where I just put my pipe cleaner. The pipe cleaner is going to be the hanger that hangs our candy cane from the wall or door, or wherever you choose to hang it. So this ribbon I put down one side, and this one I'm bringing it back around on the other side of that pipe cleaner. You see how I did that? This side comes right up on, so let's say to the left of the pipe cleaner, and this side is, I'm bringing it back around to the other side. So this is just left sticking up there. Okay. And we're just going to keep wrapping. Nice and snug. See how we're looking so far? We're getting a nice red candy cane. Wrapping it around. And we're getting towards the end, and we're just going to keep wrapping. Going to bring it around just like that, and it's going off the edge because my metal stopped right here, but I've got this much extra, and that's okay because that's going to be what we tuck in. So now I'm going to put a bead of hot glue right here while I'm holding this tight. I'm going to put some hot glue without touching it right through there. I'm going to pull it around and hold it tight for a few minutes and let that dry. And you can again use, if you've got scissors or whatever handy, just use those to kind of hold it down on that hot glue until it sets. And it just takes a few minutes. I don't think I adjusted my camera right because I feel like I'm hunching down. But okay. Okay, so that should be just about dry. And you can take a pair of scissors and kind of just snip your ribbon. Cut it right off, and if you've got some extra, just toss it to the side. Okay, so right there, you have your candy cane. Now we need to finish our edges right here. And you can do that simply by pushing it in. I like to do like the finished side first and just make sure you get a nice smooth finish on the front side, and then you can just push the back side in. And you really don't have to glue it or anything. The ribbon is has a wired edge, and that's usually enough to hold it, but if you want to put a little dab of hot glue in there, you can. Totally up to you. And same thing on this one, on this end. I'm going to do the finished side. I'm going to push it in first and make sure I get a nice clean finished look there, and then I'm going to take the back side and push it up in there as well. Okay. You can bend the edge of the ribbon. Since it has wire in it, it's kind of bendable and it'll hold its shape. And now you can take your pipe cleaner and just make a loop, just like that. Twist it, and that's going to be your hanger part. And you can take your edges and pass them back through or your extra length and pass them back through your loop a time or two. Just like so. Okay. And that will kind of finish it off. Just like that. So you have a hanger for your candy cane. And next, we need a bow. And in your kit, you're going to have a thinner ribbon, 1 1/4 inch. Or 1 1/2 inch, I should say. I believe that's what that is. Yep. Also, some greenery picks, and your ribbon colors and choices will vary from kit to kit, and your greenery will vary from kit to kit. It really depends on what's available. So, if you happen to have an easy bow maker, you can use that. This is an easy bow maker. I don't have any available at the moment, but if I do get some available, I'll put them in my Etsy shop. But an easy bow maker is a simple way to make a bow. But I'm going to assume that not everyone has an easy bow maker, so I'll show you how to make one by hand. And I'm going to go slow so that everyone can see. Starting with the end of your ribbon, you're going to fold it under. And what I like to do is put 2 fingers inside and kind of wrap it around the 2 fingers. And then catch the end of that and pinch it, just like that. That makes the center of your bow, okay? So then you're going to pinch this together and you're going to twist. You're going to twist that ribbon. You see how I did that? So this ribbon around 2 fingers, pinch it, and then you're going to twist it because this is the good side, the pretty side up. You want to twist it all the way over so that you see the back side of the ribbon. And the reason being is your first loop is going to come back towards you. And what I usually use my pinky. I stick it in there just to kind of brace it. And I make a loop with my pinky. Now we want these loops, you can make bows different sizes. I want these loops to be about 4 inches. And my pinky spread out is about 4 inches. So, and you can have a ruler next to you and just kind of, you want that loop, this loop from here to here to be about 4 inches. And then you want to spin, kind of twist that ribbon again, because right now you've got the underside up. We want the pretty side up this time. So you're going to spin it, twist it, pretty side up, and we're going to do another loop, and you want it to be the same size as your first loop. You can measure again, or what I like to do is I take this loop and hold my center and bring them up together. If one is longer than the other, then you want to pull this one, either make it a little bigger or a little smaller, and this one needs to be a little bit bigger, just like that. Okay, now we're going to twist this ribbon again. So you've got the underside up. We're going to do another 4-inch ribbon, or little loop rather, I'll call them loops, and pinch it in the center. It starts to get a little thick with your index finger and your thumb, but hold it tight. You want to kind of measure again so you get it the right size, and then twist it again. Make another 4-inch loop. Same, so you want all 4 of these loops to be the same size. And then pretty side up, and you're going to twist it because we want the underside up. Now we're going to make the next loop a little bit bigger, maybe 1/2 inch or so. We want it to come out a little bit longer. See how these are? I'm pushing that one out a little bit longer. Let's say this one is going to be, well, this one's almost 5 inches, about 4.5 to 5-inch loop. And you get your ribbon, comes out underside, and you're going to twist it because you want the pretty side up again. Twist it and make another loop. And again, these loops are, your first 4 loops were smaller. You want this one to be bigger. You want it to be the same size as this one. So bring these back up, measure, make sure they're both in the center and they are both the same length. Twist that ribbon again. Bring it back over. You're going to make another loop, another 5-inch loop. So the back ribbons, see, we've done the first 4 loops were in the front. So these last loops that we're making are going to be in the back of the bow. And that's why we want them a little bigger, because they're going to be kind of peeking out a little bit. So kind of measure same length. So we got one more on that side, twist it, one more, oops, one more on this side. Okay, make sure your loops are the same. Okay, perfect. And then give this ribbon a little twist. Bring this up, this ribbon. See how long that is? We don't need our tail this long, and this would only give us 1 tail. I want 2 tails. So I'm going to bring this up put the very end right there and pinch it under my thumb, because this is going to be 2 tails for our ribbon. Okay, now you have another pipe cleaner in your kit. Take your pipe cleaner, and right here through that center loop where your index finger is, you're going to stick it right in there through that hole. Bring the 2 ends together, match them up the same length, and then you're going to squish this as tight as you can, and you're going to twist. Twist, twist, twist. Nice and tight. And that's what's going to hold your bow together. Okay, so you got all that. Now, this long loop, that's going to form our tails. So we're going to cut that just like that. Okay. Now we're going to fluff our bow. So you want to take your 2 long tails and kind of just pull them straight down, just like that. Now, starting with the back side of your bow, the longer loops, you're going to pull them apart, and then grab the next 2, kind of pull them apart. Go to the other side of your bow on the back, take those 2 big loops, kind of spread them apart, and kind of just pull and tug on them a little bit. Spread them apart, just like that. And hold your pipe cleaner. Take your fingers and kind of work your loop, that little center loop. So you get closer where you can see what I'm doing. Kind of just spread that out. This ribbon has a wire in it, so you can form it a little bit and place those loops where you want them. So don't be afraid to get in there and work it. And as you're forming your loops, you want to take your fingers and kind of work that ribbon into a rounded form. That's going to give them a little poof, just like that. Okay, so then we're going to take our candy cane, try to hold it under my chin, and take your pipe cleaner, and we're going to take it right around our candy cane, just like that, around to the back, and you're going to wrap it just as tight as you possibly can. Just wrap, wrap, wrap. Twist that pipe cleaner nice and tight, and that's going to give you a good snug. And if you lay your candy cane down like this, it's going to squish your bow. So just refluff it again. I love this candy cane kind of ribbon. This that I'm using here. It's the red, white, and silver. It gives it that bling, and it reminds me of a candy cane. So now we're going to do what I call dovetailing to the end of your ribbon tail. So the 2 long pieces, you're going to take one of them at a time, and you're going to fold it in half, putting this metal piece and this little metal wire piece together, just like that. And starting with the edge that the metal wire is on, you're going to take your scissors at an angle, at a diagonal, and you're going to cut just the end of it off, just like that. Of course, my scissors are very dull. I need to get out another pair. And oh, you know what? I did it backwards. Don't listen to that instruction. See what I did? This is how you don't want to do it, because it made it like that. I want to do the opposite. I get mixed up when I'm looking at the camera because I do things backwards. So where the wire is, you want to go take it downward at an angle, just like that. And when you open it up, then you have the V, which is a dovetail. So now let's do it the right way with this ribbon tail. So put your 2 edges together where the wire is. Hold on to that wire edge. Take your scissors, and you're going to cut at an angle downward, starting at the top, and just snip it down, just like that. So you have a nice dovetail. If you wanted your ribbon tails to be shorter, you can cut more off. but I think this is a nice length for this. Now, the only thing we've got left to do is using our greenery. And there's so many different kinds of greenery. If you wanted to use a different kind of greenery other than what comes in your kit, feel free to do so. But you can, this is easy enough. You can use scissors if you don't have wire cutters, but that's probably why my scissors are always dull, because I use them for everything. So I should use my wire cutters. But so I'm taking this little sprig of greenery and I am cutting it apart into shorter sprigs. Oh, this one's like, there it goes. That was a little tougher. Okay, so out of that one sprig, I got 4 little sprigs. So in each piece of greenery that you get, they're all different. They all have different amounts on them. So, but what we're going to do, I'm going to place them in the bow and just lift it up, lift up a loop, stick one in, see if you like the placement. If you don't, move it around, get it where you want it before you add the hot glue, because we are going to glue these in. So, and that's going to give it some color and dimension. And the loops of your bow are going to hide it in there. I'm going to hide the ends so you can see how mine's going to turn out. So, like I said, move your little greenery picks around. Kind of play with it a little bit and see if the placement is right for you. Then what you're going to do is take your hot glue gun, put a little bit of glue right on the edge, lift your loops back up and place that in. And I like to use my scissors and just kind of hold it down in there for a minute and let it set. And we'll do that with each of our greenery pieces. Lift that up, put it right down in there. We'll be down there for a second. This hot glue makes little strings everywhere too. Okay, so this is my third one. I'm gonna stick right in there. Get my scissors in there and tap it down and hold it for a minute. And I think I got one more to do. So on these, don't be afraid to add, you know, pretty good gob of hot glue, because you want them to hold. Okay, so once you get all that settled in, you can kind of redo your ribbon, your bows, make sure it's just how you want it. And that's it. That is my completed candy cane. And if you can see, let me get that up there so you can see how I placed the greenery and how that really makes it pop and gives it some added dimension in your bow and gives it some more color. We actually just used 2 colors in our candy cane, the red and the white, well, and a little bit of sparkly silver. So the greenery really made it pop in color. And that's it. That's how you assemble your candy cane wreath kit. And again, I want to thank you for purchasing the kit from Yaya's Wreath Shop. I will be putting together other kits as time goes on. I believe our next kit is going to be a horse head, which will be a little more difficult to do. So if you want something a little more challenging, The horse head would be definitely challenging, and I don't have one up here to show you, but I'll do another video on Yaya's Wreath Shop Facebook page and show you a completed horsehead wreath in case you want to check out a wreath kit for that. Also, please feel free to visit Yaya's Wreath Shop on Etsy and Facebook. And holidays are coming, and we'll be doing more and more fun things. Thanks so much.